In this session, I'm going to give you a brief overview of the Student Satisfaction Inventory, or the SSI. This is conducted by Noel Levitz. Again, another popular instrument to be to use for institutions to use. And this one certainly checking much more on satisfaction as compared to the NESI, which focuses much more on engagement. As you're going to see from some of these items, why institutions like to use this one, why we use it every other year, is because it'll have a set of items that get at more than just what's happening in the classroom, but gets at other things, student life related, and campus and security, and the dining hall, the library services, all of that. So it gives a wide range of information to go through. So you'll see on this one, the initial page here that you go through. The welcome talks a bit about the information that you'll see. So you've got your set of tabs here. They give you a strategic planning overview, and I've actually kind of seen this as problematic at times. Actually, the version that they give to you. So in this survey, to let you know, for the items that students respond to, they're asked to respond how important something is to them, and then how satisfied they are on it. So the item of the content of the courses within my major is valuable. They need to rate on a 1 to 7 scale how valuable, how important this is to them, and then again on a 1 to 7 scale, how satisfied they are with it. And you'll see here to where that particular item is labeled a strength, but also down here it's labeled a challenge. I find this kind of problematic, and it's tough to talk to administrators about when it's listed as both. Um, so it's seen as a strength in terms of there's high satisfaction with it, as compared to other institutions, and yet it's listed as a challenge because there's a big gap. This is really important to people, to students, and so it's of high importance, and the satisfaction rating's a little bit lower than the importance rating. What's probably better to go to, here's another one to where we're getting our comparison institutions, the Coalition for Christian Colleges and Universities, able to make some comparisons with them. And so this can be even more helpful to go through, of looking at, here are the areas to where there was significantly higher satisfaction compared to other CCCU schools. And at least they have down here only listed one area to where there is significantly lower satisfaction. I'll give you a hint as you go through the scale. I think there's at least one other item that's down here that would be pretty important in terms of the lower satisfaction. Then the next tab, you've got the item report. So this basically just takes you through all the different items here. And so you'll see most students feel a sense of belonging here. Here's the average importance rating for that. You remember, this is on a 1 to 7 scale. It's a really high average rating for this. Here's the satisfaction rating, how satisfied they are, Bethel students. Here's the standard deviation. Remember, the SD for standard deviation, all that means it's the typical distance between the mean that we would see. So that most of the scores are within the range of 7 and 1.31 minus 5.49. Okay, and then this gap is just the difference here between importance and satisfaction ratings. You'll see we have the same thing over here for the CCCU institutions. You notice their gap is a little smaller, their importance ratings are a little lower, satisfaction ratings are about the same compared to the CCCU institutions on that item. So you have that for all the items here. A reminder here, this is what I've been trying to highlight to you, is these asterisks. They're very important little quick heuristic to look at for important differences that exist. So this difference score is looking at the satisfaction, the differences in satisfaction scores between Bethel and the CCCU composite. So we have one here to where the campus staff are caring and helpful. We've got 0.10 difference, and that is statistically significant. Remember, it's 2 asterisks, so that would mean statistically significant at a 0.01 level. So in essence, we can say we're 99% confident that the difference between those two are real differences we wouldn't expect to take place just by chance. And so you'll see that for all the different items here. So this takes all the different items that are listed. There's some campus items that we had similar items to what, or the same items as to what the students at other CCCU schools responded to. So that's helpful for us to get comparisons on things, at times related to spiritual life types of issues, those types of things. Um, and then we've got some down here importance levels for reasons why students come to the institution. Okay, so again, we've got tons of items. We've got 98 items to look through off of here. We've got the scale report. Remember, this is similar to what we saw with the NESI before. And so what's helpful about this scale report is that it really kind of clusters some items together so we can see maybe some themes a little bit better off of this. So with this, you can see what the items are. You just click on that little tab there, and you can see the items that make up a particular scale for each one. You'll see in some scales where we're seeing significant differences between the two. Reminder, if it's a positive number here, that means that difference is in favor of your institution. If it's a negative number, that means it's one that's a higher means for the CCCU institution. And then an overall summary report as well. So again, you'll notice some of these items are similar or almost exactly the same as what we saw in the NESI. Rate your overall satisfaction with your experience here thus far. All in all, if you had to do it over again, would you enroll? If you had to do it over, would you enroll here again? So again, we've got different scores listed here for each of these. One other thing that's different about this as compared to the NESI is, remember, the NESI was about first-year students and senior students. This one is looking at all students. So freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and seniors are given an invitation to take this particular survey. We have them take the survey during our fall advising assessment day. So students who took this particular survey took it on Halloween. Actually, that's when our assessment advising day was. So we've got differences in terms of overall group populations as well who are taking this particular survey. And then you've got other information here in terms of percentages as well, really kind of the same types of responses as what we had before, and some demographic information for each of these.